Welcome back to She Can Talk the Podcast. I am your host, Colleen, aka GangaleeMC. If you're looking for me on Instagram for the music, we got some new music streaming, so definitely check that out. Or Colleen Eat Wings on Instagram, aka She Can Cook, because if you're looking for the food, if you want to get some inspiration for some dishes, I'm definitely dropping some plates up there on Instagram. Or you can just go over to our website, www.doerecords.com. You know what I'm saying? Daughter of the Earth. Records.com. We out here, y'all. It's a new year. Happy New Year, y'all. Happy New Year. And as we go into the new year, I want to say shout out to Joey Bada, which is why we are doing in this inaugural episode 4, because he clearly dropped a freestyle that it's getting a lot of buzz. A lot of people saying that he's talking to Kendrick. Then come to find out that maybe about 10, 11 years ago, he did actually drop a diss track to Kendrick, and then because his reference to being the king of New York at the time when he did the Control verse, or he did a response to it. It didn't go too far, I guess, but he circled back. Now we know him as Unique. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Power Universe out there on Stars. I'm ready for that new season to come back. You know what I'm saying? Of Raising Canaan. Also, he's been doing a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He just been manifesting and living a fulfilled life. So to see him circle back around on this is very interesting. If it is the case. So I've been actually previewing this. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit for y'all here. We're gonna go back to the beginning, y'all, and let's get into this Joey Bada. So let's see. Let's go. Yo, off the rip, because I'm from New York. Off the rip, the vibe is giving me like wintertime driving in New York. You see, he got the Maybach, got the Burberry. He's definitely in his New York attire. He's definitely giving winter New York, maybe the Catskills. I don't know. But big up Joey Bada. I got it. Line number 1, I have to call it out. To me, anyway, this is what it sounds like as one fellow MC to another. It sounds like he said, I got my mural, and I'm going to bring it back. I want to make sure I don't want to mess that up. I don't want to mess up, the quotes, Joey. Let me bring it back for you, Joseph. Joseph Badman. Wait. I conversation. I'm back by population. This for every time they left me out the conversation. And him and his, I don't know if it's his girlfriend, fiance, whatever, but him and Shorty from, I don't know, she's from the Power Universe too. They definitely be on vacation stunting. So yes. I like the line off the rip. I'm going to just say that. I like that. He said, F a nomination. He got murals in his city. Basically, he got like portraits painted of him, recognition of him in his city, aka Brooklyn, New York. And I can attest to that. I know a lot of the OGs, a lot of the OGs of rap, you know what I'm saying? The legends, the icons, a lot of people endorsed Joey Bada early out. He came out the gate, young youth. So I can agree to that. And in some instances, he made a good point, in my opinion. Not everything is about a nomination, right? Or even, an award. Sometimes it is just the recognition and being known for what you do, right? All right, let's get it. Let's get into it. I was sitting back. Wait. He said, too much West Coast. I don't want to mess up the lines, Joey. Joseph, I don't want to mess up the line, them. Let me bring it back. This really ain't shit sticking. Cause if we talking bar for bar, really it's slim pickings. Ooh. I'm hearing niggas throwing rocks, really ain't shit. Okay. Definitely. Number 2, I get it. And I'm going to circle back to that too, because there's 2 things I want to do. I'm going to listen to it. We're almost done. I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to take some notes here. We're going to go back to the beginning, because I want to make sure I don't miss nothing. Let's go. I like that. I like the whole vibe to it. He was in and out. Yo, shout out to Joey Bada on that joint, yo, aka Unique. If for anyone who know about the Power Verse Stars, if you know, you know. But I like that, so I want to break it down a little bit. First thing, let's go back to, I guess, 2013. A lot of people don't like to go back in time when it comes to other artists, but anyone other than Drake. But whatever. Back then, I guess Kendrick dropped Control. Around 2012, 2013. And, he kind of called out a couple of people. And then in that same midst of everything, he mentioned that he was the king of NY. So Joey Bada, Pro Era, which was his original crew, the crew he started out with, they took offense to that because they coming up too. And they in New York, So Joey responded to him. He did a verse, I guess, called a Illuminati Part 2, the Kendrick Lamar disc. So he did that back then, because he was not really involved in the disc, or I guess that Kendrick didn't really name him by name. So it didn't really, they didn't put the two and two together that Joey felt the way. So apparently, a couple of years later, bringing it up to the Drake and Kendrick beef of 2024, they were saying how around the time when everything was going down, Joey dropped a like never forget tweet, and he also included that song, his song, the Illuminati Part 2 Kendrick diss, to let you know, like, never forget, I still got beef with you over the King New York stuff. So apparently he ain't let that go. I respect it, because I'm gonna tell you like this: there's nothing wrong. Like, I don't want to see no East Coast West Coast beef. I've lived through the Biggie Tupac era. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the height of my youth. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see that again. It was very traumatizing, and it still is for us as adults that lived through it. Like, we don't want to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? So no. And we still continuously lose a lot of artists, you know what I'm saying, till this day, over nonsense. You know what I'm saying? From drugs to jail and beyond, death, etc. So I don't definitely want that to be a East Coast West Coast thing with Joey Badass and Kendrick by any means. I didn't want it to be a Canada versus West Coast thing, because I love Drake and that's just me. So don't come shooting me up in the comments, guys, but that's just me. I just feel like music is music, and I appreciate various arts and various genres. I am a hip-hop head. I rhyme, I rap. If you don't believe me, go check me out, GangaleeMC. As a matter of fact, this right here is me. This right here is me. This right here, you see me moving the cursor. I don't know if you see it, but that's me over there. But yeah, so I do music too. So I just appreciate the genre, just like I'm appreciating this Joey Badass joint. But one thing I like to do is always break my ankle and go to these comments and see what people are saying in the comments. Let me see if I could. How can I make this a little bit bigger? Can I make this a little bit bigger? I don't know. I'm trying, guys. I'm just getting into it. I'm getting into it. But let's see. Hopefully y'all can see this, what I'm doing. I'm trying, y'all. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. But I'm just reading the comments. I ain't trying to highlight nobody in particular anyway, but I'm just kind of going through the comments on the joint just to get a feel of the room, right? Because it's like if you're going into the room, you get a sense of a feel of the room by going to the comments, seeing what the people think. So they said, Joey on a conductor beat was all I needed to start my year. Let me go ahead and hit the like button on that. I agree. Says Joey's confidence is what makes him so likable. He can go years without dropping and people will still fuck with him. Facts. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the like button on that. Yo, 2 for 2 so far. Yo, I'm from Cali and I always love and respected Joey since Waves. He was one of the few that kept that authentic East Coast sound without sounding dated and trying to be all the other regions like the other East Coast younger artists. Bang, bang, bang. I'm gonna hit that too. That's actually a great one. So that's what I was going to say before I got sidetracked with the whole East Coast, West Coast, and I don't want none of that. I like that Joey's representing where he's from. We need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from New York, and New York was the home of hip-hop, birthplace, right? In recent news, you see there's a whole lot of shenanigans and arguments over who started it, which race, who was there, etc., etc. Now, I'm not really going to entertain that. But I'm from the Bronx. Born and raised, 182nd T-Bout. Grew up at the hip hop parties, grew up with some of the most legendary DJs, DJing, experienced hip hop in person. You know what I'm saying? Like, touch me. I'm hip hop, So, one thing that was always dope about it, was you represent where you're from. You represent your hood, you represent your block, you represent your crew, etc. We don't got to get violent, though. We don't got to get violent. It doesn't have to get to a negative point where you're just like, exposing people's family and et cetera, it doesn't have to do that. But I like what Joey is doing because no one is stepping up. Like, literally, honestly, there's a lot of people come out of New York, and I still feel like New York has its sound. You listen to the radio. I'm an avid New York head, so even though I live in Florida, driving, I'm listening to New York radio. I'm listening to Cali radio. I just switch it up, you know what I'm saying? But New York radio is always first on the list. And they definitely got a sound compared to what I be hearing on Florida radio, what I hear in Cali radio, say even what I hear on Virginia radio. Definite different sounds, And because I'm an artist and I be checking for my music in different markets and what we're promoting. I listen to different radio stations. New York still has a sound, but the sound is just not pushed to the forefront because it's not that camaraderie, in my opinion. Because even though I'm born and raised in New York, I live in Florida, and I've been out here for more than 10 years at this point. So I'm still like a OG resident, but twice removed, if you say, because I lived in Virginia Beach, and now I'm in Florida. But that's besides the point. The point is, Joey Badass is repping for New York. You know what I'm saying? He took high offense over 10 plus years ago about someone who's not a New Yorker disrespecting New York and its MCs, and then saying that they're the king of New York. So it's like, boom, you're West Coast if you want to be West Coast, if you want to represent Compton, Cali, do that to the fullest. Like, shout out to Tyler, the Creator. He did a great job with his freestyle. His freestyle's been stuck in my head on repeat. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Tyler. And he did a great representation of Cali. So I feel like Joey did the same thing. He did a great representation of New York. He definitely should give, to me, he gave me opulent, upstate New York, winter time. You know what I'm saying? Catskill, Scarsdale. If you know, you know. And then pushing the Maybach, just simple yet opulent, to the point. And as we get older and as you go through different things, that's kind of the setting that I like, just kind of chilling out in the middle of nowhere, vibing and creating your sound, but also leaving your mark, So I like the fact that he did do that. So shout out to you, Joey Badass. That was I like that. The comments are looking good. I'm gonna scroll through here because that's what I was hoping for, and I'm happy. They say, I love how real rap is coming back. Hey, I agree with that. Yes, real rap is coming back. And I ain't trying to, but I am going to do a shameless plug. If you guys don't know or haven't heard any of my music, I got a couple of new songs that dropped over the last couple of months. I've been dropping basically every month since Halloween or since October. But I also did a double drop in July. So if you want to go all the way back, and look, they popping up right over here. They popping up over here too. So like, for example, I got the Take a Few, Antagonist, Dragon Spit featuring Gangalee. We got Innovate, which is spelled Enervate, Innovate by Gangalee. You know what I'm saying? I like how they got me in the mix with Joey Badass. I'll take it. And Jim Jones, that Harlem shit. I like it. Also, I dropped I Still Love You. Shout out to Image Productions out of Virginia Beach, Virginia for producing that track. Shout out to Fleo out of Paris, France for producing the Get Bike for me. Shout out to Antagonist Dragon Spit for producing Innovate. Shout out to Tide Piccoli, aka Low Tide, for producing Innovate. And there's more to come. It's 2025, and I'm going to continue doing the same thing. But what I wanted to do was add video to my podcast because I owe y'all that. And as you can see, I've been doing a lot of things. So we got a lot of stuff coming. And I'm just excited. I'm excited to be here with you all. So enough of the crazy plugs on the side. If you want to see more, definitely all my socials will be in the description below, so you can go ahead and follow me on all platforms. I do follow back. I don't bite. I'm very nice, honestly. And I'm really all about all love. So there we go. So shout out to Joey Badass. I ain't even gonna lie because I felt like that was so short. I'm gonna play it again one more time. We're gonna vibe out to it here because that's how we can say. That's how you gotta do it. Twice. What they say, half as long, twice as strong. There we go. So let's get back into it one more time. And it's a vibe. I like it. It's a great way to start out the year. I'm loving the way a lot of hip-hop heads, including myself, is dropping authentic music. Shout out to Snoop Dogg with Missionary, Ice Cube, Redman with Muddy Waters. You know what I'm saying? So many people just dropping, MC Light. And here we got Joey Badass. So let's bring this back again. Salute. Yeah, I like that. Definitely like that. Shout out to Joey Badass.
Everyone is calling this the new $1 billion stim.
Let me not do that. Shout out to Joey Badass, aka Joseph Badman, aka Unique Power Universe, ready for Raising Canaan to drop again and drop that new season. It's a new year, y'all. But that was great. Let me see. Can I? There we go. There we go. Shout out to Joey on that, because I was like, what? I was like, when he dropped that freestyle. Now a lot of y'all already know I always had my sound, my special effects. You know what I'm saying, and all that good stuff. But what was I doing? No video. So now we got video. Okay, we coming to y'all live and direct, and I'm gonna be doing a little bit more of this. This was fun actually, so there's gonna be a few more. I got a couple of more of these up my sleeves. Plus, we're gonna be doing some collabs. I'm gonna be bringing some special guests on as time go on, so you'll see that too. But I'm just happy to be back, y'all. Happy New Year! So before we leave, I just want to say a quick few things. Definitely, this is the She Can Talk the podcast, the She Can Talk podcast. Let me say that again. So feel free to like, subscribe, share. My motto is if you like it, tell a friend. If you don't like it, tell a friend, because it don't hurt either way, right? Also, the music is Gangalee, is Gangalee on all platforms. If you're looking for the actual social medias for my music, links, etc., you can go over to GangaleeMC on Instagram. You can also go over to DOE_Records on Instagram, or you can just go to one stop shop. That's going to be www.DOE Records.com. She can talk the podcast. Links are on that website, on DOE Records website. Also, we do have She Can Talk the podcast Instagram on IG. So feel free to follow me over there, because all notifications will definitely basically originate over here on YouTube. We're in Podbeam. We are on Spotify. We will still be on all those streaming platforms as well. But now I'm bringing you these visuals, and I'm happy about that for the new year. So breaking the ice, getting it going, getting it started for y'all, right? And you already know my words every time, from my lips to your ears. I love y'all. Y'all be good. You know what I'm saying? Love on yourself. I need you to wake up in the morning, look in that mirror, and say, I love you, because no one can love you right until you love yourself, all right? And until next time, y'all stay blessed. Y'all stay safe. And y'all treat each other kind, all right? Talk to y'all later. All right. Peace. Peace.